is Kaylee and welcome back to my channel. So today I actually join you from New York. We're in New York for 4 days and I thought it would be fun to do a little vlog of what we get up to. So we just landed. We flew into Newark and we actually got a cab from Newark to our hotel. We're staying at the Moxie in the Lower East Village and it's really cute. It's definitely a small hotel. Like the rooms in the hotel are really small, but I feel like this space was used efficiently, so it feels pretty comfortable. To start the day out, before we get up to anything, I'm gonna wash my face and do just like a small touch of makeup. I don't feel inclined to do a ton because being on planes always makes me break out, but a little bit, I think, just to feel a little more human. I guess I'll like explain some of the stuff we're gonna get up to while we're here. So today is July 4th. So our plan is, well, it was to get into the hotel and then just walk around, find a place to eat, sort of street foodie type vibes, whatever we wanted, and then keep it really casual, low key. And then in the evening, we're staying near Greenwich Village because we're on the Lower East Side. So we decided to do a walking tour of all the haunted spots in Greenwich Village, which seemed fun. And then after that, we'll just hang out, find a place to watch the fireworks, you know. But then tomorrow, we are gonna go to the Met and we're gonna see, we're gonna see the whole Met, but we're specifically going to see the Costume Institute's collection this year. Sleeping Beauties, A Reawakening of Fashion. Not other plans for the day because we don't know what time of day we're gonna get in to see the actual exhibit. So our plan is just to go to the Met. In the evening time, we have dinner plans in Hell's Kitchen. Saturday, we have nothing planned in the morning. Then we're gonna go on something called Escape Room, but it's throughout New York City. There's like all these paid actors. It's called Accomplice, Escape the Village. Saturday evening, we're gonna go see Merrily, We Roll Along. Sunday, we don't have any plans and we leave late Sunday night. Basically, we're coming here for my birthday. I had requested that people attend, and it's Jonathan, myself, and then my best friend is taking the train in from DC. Her boyfriend is coming as well. It's 6 of us, and when I was planning this, I tried to leave like extra time because everyone, when I was planning things, said, oh, whatever you want, whatever you want. But I also realized that like other people like may want to do things that just they're being too polite to mention, or they don't want to feel like so jam-packed that we're like running from place to another that we don't really get to enjoy the trip. So I tried to space things out a little bit. I really like the makeup brand Sully. And I just got this bronzer, and I think it's like the best bronzer I've ever used. Like the best cream bronzer. I obviously use a powder bronzer as well. I don't really feel like doing like all that much makeup because I've been on the plane all day, but I feel like I want to do a quick face. I don't really have much else to say, so I've given you sort of the plan of what we're doing in New York. And I'll show you around the hotel, but I'm gonna finish up my makeup first. Kind of just take you guys along bit by bit.
This was my outfit of the day for the plane. I'm wearing a thrifted pair of clogs and pants with my vintage sweater vest from eBay and my Silver Lake denim t-shirt. Our hotel happened to have a rooftop bar, so we started our evening there with some spritz. Our original plan was to hopefully see the fireworks from the rooftop bar, but we realized the viewpoint wasn't great. After we finished our spritz, we decided to start walking around and find a place for dinner. We ended up going for hot dogs at Criff Dogs because it felt festive for the 4th of July. The hot dogs were so tasty, and then we walked over to Washington Square Park because that was where our ghost tour was supposed to meet. My mother absolutely loves to do a ghost tour, and it's cool just to go around and see famous buildings and some of the history in such a famous part of New York City. After the tour was finished, we stopped to get gelato before trying to see the fireworks. I got the chocolate hazelnut gelato, which was beautiful. We were unable to get good views of the fireworks. We walked for miles, and this was about the best we could do, so we should have planned a little better. Okay, so we just finished our first half day out in New York, and I have learned that I don't sweat very much when it gets hot, but in humid weather, my feet get really swollen and painful. And all the shoes I packed are not good for swollen, painful feet. So now I'm laying here, elevating my feet, and I'm looking up what type of shoes I need to buy for tomorrow. Because right now I'm in so much pain. My body has the shakes. But we had a really nice day in spite of that. Now I'm just tremoring. We started day 2 by taking public transit over to the Met so we could see the exhibit that we all came for. We walked through the backside of Central Park just to get some of the views. The Met itself is such a stunning and iconic building, and I really enjoy getting to go and see this iconic landmark in New York City. We ended up being able to get tickets to see the Sleeping Beauty's reawakening of fashion right away, so we started our day with that. I really like the attention to detail that was paid for this Costume Institute exhibit. I love how they showed garments that were centuries old that followed certain motifs, and then how they showed more modern garments that followed that same motif. The attention to details throughout each room of the exhibit was incredible. It wasn't simply seeing beautiful clothing garments, but the exhibit really found ways to encompass all of your senses. Whether it was a wall that felt like the garment you were seeing, or the noise the dress would make as it walked down the runway, or even the smell of some of the old clothing garments. The attention to detail really made it feel like a full experience. But obviously, the garments they did choose to see were absolutely stunning, and it was really exciting to see some of them in person. These are always some of my favorite exhibits to see in art museums, just because I do love fashion and fashion history so much. I always feel so excited to be able to go see one of these shows, and this one was absolutely no exception. We came specifically to see Alexander McQueen garments, and when we got to all these bug motifs, I knew I could get excited because we were about to see this specific dress. If you've seen the Hunger Games movie, the second one, Catching Fire, this dress will be familiar to you. But I was so excited to see all the Alexander McQueen pieces with the bird motifs. After the birds and the bugs, we moved to the water section where we got to see items from Alexander McQueen's iconic Plato's Atlantis and finally Voss, his absolutely best collection, I believe. I was so excited to see this shell garment, and then they had it so you could hear what it sounded like when this dress walked. Obviously, this exhibit had a lot more than just Alexander McQueen to offer. Even though I was most excited to see the Alexander McQueen, there were so many other beautiful garments on display. After we finished up in Sleeping Beauty, we ended up walking around the rest of the Met and making an effort to see the pieces everybody was very excited to see in the Met. Their collection is so big, it feels impossible to take it all in and enjoy the entirety of the museum in a single day, but it's still such a joy to go and try. We ate our lunch on the rooftop at the Met, which had beautiful views. Okay, so this was my outfit of the day for the first full day in New York. To start the day, I did wear my Coach Leah loafers that I wear all the time. But my swollen feet were so bad, I actually stopped in a thrift store. Not a thrift store, it was like a consignment store. And I bought a new pair of sneakers to wear – because my swollen feet
they hurt so bad. I got from the consignment store these white, they're actually Alexander McQueen, but these were the only sneakers I could find that were comfortable and I could fit on my swollen feet. That was perfect. So for the first half of the day, we pretty much just went over to the Met, and then we walked around like the Upper East Side for a while. We had a really nice time. We stopped at Sephora on the way back to our hotel. When we stopped at the Sephora, I got this for Jonathan because it was 2 fluid ounces and he forgot cologne, so this was perfect. I'll show you around the hotel really quick. But just so you know, it's very small. This is pretty much the view from the doorway, and then over here we have our sink area for getting ready, and then this is a sliding door. Oh, it's heavy. This is a sliding door to our bathroom. It's got this really cool graffiti glass. It's very cool. And then outside the bathroom, you see the sink area again, and this is pretty much it. So we have our suitcases and stuff down here, and then this is our bed frame, and then this is our chair. So all in all, it's a really cute little hotel. Yes, it's very small, but I feel like they make use of the room pretty well. I've stayed in bigger rooms in New York that feel smaller, so I think all in all, it's a really nice room. So our plans for the rest of the day are we are going to take a cold shower to try to recover, and then we're gonna go out for dinner, which is gonna be so fun. So yeah. So this is the view from our hotel room. Okay, so this is the outfit of the day for dinner tonight. I'm wearing the same Alexander McQueen bag as earlier. This is a vintage dress I got off eBay, and then I'm wearing the sneakers that I got today from 2nd Street Vintage. So yeah, I mean, the sneakers kind of make it a little more casual, but at this point my feet cannot tolerate being in something other than sneakers. So, is this better so you can see the whole look? But yeah.
We ended up Ubering over to the restaurant just because we were all pretty tired. But the restaurant was called Kochi, and it was in Hell's Kitchen, and it's Jonathan's favorite meal he's ever had. The restaurant specifically pulls from Korean flavors, but a lot of the food feels like fusion between French food as well as Korean food and a little bit of Japanese as well. Everything at this restaurant is so incredibly delicious. Like, this is a really beautiful tonkatsu, and it's always such a treat to get to try new foods. And yeah, it was really exciting to be able to go back to this restaurant. I knew it meant an absolute ton to Jonathan that he was able to go again, and I just love making that happen for him. So it is the meal I chose for my birthday dinner because, yeah, it makes him happy, which makes me happy. Let the rain
and wake my dreams.
As you saw, it started raining in the final part of our dinner, much to our amusement. After dinner, we went out to a bar called Art Bar, where they had all these sort of wild configuration of cocktail. And after that, we went to a place called the Puttery, which had an indoor mini golf course, which I thought was actually really fun. Okay, so this is day 3 outfit of the day in New York. I'm wearing my Reformation pants, a vintage linen top, my usual jewelry, but I added this vintage 80s belt, and then the shoes I got yesterday because these are the only thing my feet can tolerate now, and my little Gucci hobo bag. So today we're gonna go to Momofuku because Jonathan is absolutely obsessed with David Chang, and then we have something really fun planned. It's called Accomplice, a village, and basically it's like an escape room scavenger hunt throughout the streets of New York City. It's a really good time. And then finally we have a play. We're going to see Merrily We Roll Along. But yeah, this is the whole look, and I'm really excited for today. So
for lunch, we went out to Momofuku in Greenwich Village, much to Jonathan's excitement. I know I talk about it all the time, but he's absolutely obsessed with David Chang, and it was fun to go do that with him. Now, the scavenger hunt started outside the Strand bookstores. I don't want to give too much about the scavenger hunt away because I really recommend you guys go do it. It is such a fun time. After that, we went up towards Broadway and we had some street pizza just before we went to go see the play. The play was very well acted in, and it was really exciting to see Daniel Radcliffe seem to have so much joy from acting still after all these years. I felt like I grew up with him in my house, just watching the movies he was in. So yeah, it was really cool to see a play starring him. And afterwards, he went out. I couldn't get a good view, but he went out and signed fans' stuff. We stopped for a Guinness at a rooftop bar after the show, and honestly, look at the light pollution from Times Square. This is my final outfit for New York. I didn't film that much from the final day, just because I really wanted to enjoy the final day with my friends and Jonathan. Thank you for watching.